Hello P5 students, welcome to lesson number 5 on adjective endings. And yes, we are still on adjectives, wherein we said that adjectives are describing words. As always, let's do a fun activity before we go straight to our lesson. So for today, I want you to get a sheet of paper. Colored papers would be excellent, but if you don't have any colored paper, any paper will do. So for today's fun activity, we are going to make an origami. So follow the instructions to see if you guys can be able to do this fish that we have right here. Okay, so have fun. Today we are going to look at adjectives that end in these suffixes. Suffixes are letters added at the end of the words. So we are going to build words by adding these suffixes at the end of the words. So when you say suffixes, please bear in mind that we add them at the end of the words. For suffixes at the beginning of the words, we call that prefix, okay? But at the end of the words, we call that suffix. Now, using these suffixes, it gives a whole different meaning to the word. So here are some common endings of adjectives. We have suffix y, less, li, full, ish, ing, and, al, or we can have ous, or we can say us. So here are the most common adjective endings. So our goal for today's lesson is for us to learn how to change words or build words by adding suffixes to base words to form adjectives. Now when we say base form, these are words, okay, that we add to suffixes to form adjectives. So just like in math, we have here a formula that we have to follow which can help us create adjectives from nouns. So just like what I said a while ago, we have here a base form or the root word, and then we add a suffix. So plus the suffix equals an adjective. All right. So most of these adjectives are based from nouns. So we have nouns as the base form. So noun plus the suffix that was mentioned a while ago equals an adjective. So let's take a look at the first word that we have here. We have here the word beauty. The word beauty is a noun. So which among these suffixes could be appropriate to add to the word beauty? So would it be less beautyless? That doesn't sound right. So among all the choices, the best choice is to put the suffix full. These suffixes have their own meanings. For the word beauty, when we want to say that somebody is possessing a lot of beauty or has a lot of beauty, we add the suffix full. The suffix full means having a lot of, alright? So we add beauty plus the suffix full, then we have the word beautiful, which is now an adjective. So from noun plus suffix equals an adjective. We can also add suffixes to verbs to form adjectives, just like in the following words that we have here. Wonder, we add a certain suffix, so the appropriate suffix that we add to this one is the word full. So we add wonder plus full becomes wonderful. Another example, we have the word bore, which is also a verb, plus the suffix ing, it then becomes boring. So that is how you make adjectives from verbs by adding a suffix. Let's take the first two adjective endings, full and less. These two are exactly the opposite of one another. Full means the suffix full means having a lot of something, while less means without or does not have anything or something. So let's take a look at these examples. Let's take the suffix full first. Full, once again, means full of something or having a lot of something. So for our base words, we have here the words pain, beauty, power, health, and use. So these base words, we add the suffix full. Now once again, full means having a lot of something. So when we add pain plus full, it then becomes painful. So the word painful means having a lot of pain, or you are in a lot of agony. Next one, we have beauty. So we add the suffix full, becomes beautiful. This one we have to change the spelling. We change Y to I and add the suffix full. So beautiful means having so much beauty. Next one, power plus full becomes powerful, which means having a lot of power. Help plus full becomes helpful, which means being a lot of help to other people. Use plus full becomes useful, which means having a lot of uses. So this is how we form words from nouns or verbs, and when we add suffix, we then create an adjective. Now, what about the word less? The word less means does not have something, or it means without something. So, say for example, we have the words pain, care, harm, sleeve, and use. So certain words, you have to add certain suffixes too. So you have to expose these words to you so that you guys will be able to know later on which word goes with which suffixes. Okay? So pain, we add the suffix less, becomes painless. And painless means not having any pain, because less means without. So without pain. Care plus less becomes careless, which means not having any care at all. Harm plus less becomes harmless, which means not causing any harm, or it would not cause you any harm. Sleeve plus less becomes sleeveless, which means it does not have sleeves, or not having sleeves. Lastly, we have use plus less becomes useless, which means not having any use. So those are just some words that we can add the suffix less to. Then now becomes adjectives. Now there are some adjectives wherein you can use both full and less to a word, but not all, okay? So just like the words pain, care, and use, we can use the suffix full and less. So pain becomes painful and painless. Careful, careless. Useful, useless. However, for the word peace, we cannot say peaceless. We only use the suffix full. Same with the words beauty and play. So we have peaceful, beautiful, and playful. But we cannot use less to the words peace, beauty, and play. We cannot say peaceless, beautyless, nor playless. So that is not acceptable. We only use the suffix full. Alright, so also we have here words wherein we only use less, but we cannot use the suffix full, just like in the words endless, homeless, sleeveless. So we cannot say endful, homeful, nor sleeveful. It's incorrect. Instead, we say endless, homeless, and sleeveless. We only use the suffix less, but not the word full. So we have to be careful with this one. Like we said earlier, adjectives are used to describe nouns or pronouns. So let's try to add some nouns to the following adjectives. So the word painful could describe the noun surgery. So we can say painful surgery. A beautiful painting. Painting is a noun, and to describe the painting, we can say that it's beautiful. So we can either say the painting is beautiful, or we can say a beautiful painting. Adjectives can be put before the noun, or adjectives can be found after in a sentence. Next one, powerful machine, helpful student, a useful book. For less, we have the words painless. So what's painless? A surgery. So we can say painless surgery. A careless student, seedless grapes, sleeveless shirt, or harmless animal. Now let's see if you guys can give the answers to the following. So your job is to give the word that is being defined in these phrases. So on the first column, you have here the meaning, and you are going to give the word that it defines. So like say for example, not having any pain. Would that be the word painful or the word painless? So you have 3 minutes to work on this activity.
3 minutes, here we go.
Here are the answers to the exercise that you just did. Number 1, not having any pain. Your word is painless. Your clue there is the word not having, or it means without. So the word is painless. Number 2, having a lot of beauty. The word is beautiful. 3, having a lot of care. The word is careful. Number 4, having a lot of power. The word is powerful. Number 5, not having any use. The word is useless. Number 6, not having a home. The word is homeless. Number 7, not causing any harm. The word is harmless. Number 8, having a lot of use. The word is useful. 9, not having sleeves. The word is sleeveless. And lastly, being a lot of help. The word is helpful. So 1 point each for each item. Count your scores and write it on your notebook. Up next is the suffix us or ous. Now, the suffix ous means full of or possessing. Now, when we say possess, it means having. Okay? So, we have here nouns where we can add the suffix us, just like in the word space. So, space is a noun, and when we add the suffix ous, it becomes spacious. So the letter E, we have to change it to I. So sometimes there are spelling rules, so we have to know those too. So the word space plus ous becomes spacious. Now the word spacious means having a large space. So once again, the suffix ous means full of or possessing, or it means you have. So spacious means having a large space. So the word fame, we add the suffix ous, becomes famous, which means very well known. Danger plus ous becomes dangerous, which means full of danger. Poison plus ous becomes poisonous, which means having a lot of poison. Next one, courage plus ous becomes courageous, which means having a lot of courage. So these are just some words where we can add the suffix ous for them to become adjectives. Now here's another suffix that means having or being or characterized by. We add them to words for them to become adjectives, just like the examples that we have here. The word noise, dirt, salt, mud, and rain are all nouns. Now when we add the suffix y, it then becomes noisy, dirty, salty, muddy, and rainy. The words noisy, dirty, salty, muddy, and rainy, these are now adjectives. Now, the meaning of these words, like we said earlier, the suffix id means having. So, noisy means having noise, dirty means having dirt, salty means having salt, muddy means having mud, and rainy means having rain. So that's it for the suffix y. So like we said, adjectives are used to describe nouns or pronouns. Now let's try to apply the concepts that we have learned with the suffix ous and y. So we will try to add some nouns to the following adjectives that we have here. Now to help you give a noun, ask yourself, what is spacious or who is famous? Then you will be able to give an appropriate noun for the given adjectives. Okay, so I'll give you guys 2 minutes to work on these items. Write your answers in your notebook. Copy the adjectives and then write an appropriate noun beside it. So, just like the examples that we have here, courageous hero or rainy morning. Here are some possible answers to the exercise that you just did. Now, this is not the only answer. You can have other nouns that go along with these adjectives, okay? So these are just samples. So for spacious, we can have a spacious building. A famous, who's famous? Could be a famous singer, a famous dancer, a famous painter. Dangerous, we can have animal. Poisonous, snake. Courageous, hero. Noisy, student. Dirty, shoes. Salty, food. Sleepy, baby. Rainy, morning. So you have to make sure that the second column should be nouns. Up next, we have the suffix "in", which means it describes what or how something is made. Okay, so if something is made of wood, we add the suffix "in", so we say wooden, just like a wooden spoon or a wooden table. So the word wood is a noun. We add the suffix "en" for it to become an adjective. It then becomes wooden. So you say wooden spoon. For gold, we add the suffix "en" for it to become golden. We say a golden egg. Break, we add "en", but we do not say breaken. Instead, we say it's broken. Now, this word is a verb, so it's possible that we can add the suffix "en" to nouns or verbs. So the word break, we add "en", it becomes broken, not breaken. So we can have a broken watch. So to describe the watch, we say that it's broken. Next one, we have the word freeze. We add "en", it doesn't say freezen. Instead, we say frozen. We can have frozen meat as an example. And we also have the word write. Just like the first two, these are verbs. So we add the suffix "en", we say it's written. But this one, we have to double the letter T and have it written like this. So we have written, a handwritten letter or a handwritten report. Now you try to give an adjective and a noun to the following images. You have here 5 items. I want you to write the answers in your notebook. You have 1 minute to work on this activity. Here are 3 additional suffixes that we have to familiarize ourselves with. We have the suffix "ish", "li", and "al", which mean having the characteristic of or relating to. So there are certain words that go with certain suffixes, and the words green, boy, child, and style, they go with the suffix "ish". So the word green plus "ish", the word is greenish. Greenish means something that is of the green color. Aside from green, we also have the word boy, child, and style, which go with the suffix ish. So boy plus ish becomes boyish, which means someone acting like a boy. Child becomes childish. Style becomes stylish. For the suffix ly or ly, we add them to nouns, just like the words that we have here. Mother becomes motherly, month becomes monthly, cost, costly, friend, friendly. When you say motherly, somebody who acts in a motherly way, like maybe your sister. Alright, next one, monthly. When you say monthly, something that happens like every month, okay? Up next, we have the suffix al. So we add them to, once again, nouns that we have here. So music plus al becomes musical. Electric, electrical. Nature, natural. Nation, national. Okay, so for the word nation, it changes its pronunciation. So from nation, it becomes national. If you take a look at the underlines that we have here, we have the words nature and style. These ones end in E. So as a rule that you have to remember, we drop off the E and we just add the suffixes. So for nature, we take away the E, so it becomes natural. So if you see the word that you have here, it doesn't have an E anymore. Same thing with the word stylish. Style, we remove the E and then we add the suffix ish, it becomes stylish. Now let's see if you guys can remember which suffix go with these given words. So you have the choices al, ish, and ly. As for number one, what suffix should we add to the word nature for it to become an adjective? So you choose one from these three and then you write the answer on the space provided. You can write just the answers on your notebook, so make sure that you have 12 items on your notebook. Alright, so you have 2 minutes to work on this one. Here are the answers. Give yourselves 1 point each for each correct answer. So number 1, the word is natural. 2, boyish. 3, costly. 4, motherly. 5, stylish. 6, national. 7, friendly. 8, childish. 9, monthly. 10, electrical. 11 musical, and 12 greenish. So you have 12 points all in all. Count how many points you got and write down your score. And lastly, we have the suffix ing or ing, which we add to verbs. Verbs like the words amaze, interest, shine, excite, and bore. We add ing to describe the characteristic of a person, thing, or situation. So say for example, the word amaze, we add ing, it becomes amazing. Amazing now is used to describe the characteristic of a noun. Say for example, the dancer. So we say an amazing dancer, an amazing performer. Next we have interest. We add ing to become interesting. We can say an interesting movie. Interesting now is an adjective to describe the noun movie. Shine becomes shining. We can say a shining star. Excite plus ing becomes exciting. We can say an exciting field trip. Bore plus ing becomes boring. We can say a boring book. So that's it for your ing suffix. Now here is a summary of the words that we have learned from adding suffixes to base form of words. So for full, we have the words painful, beautiful, powerful, helpful, and useful. Say them with me as we go over each suffix. So for less, we have painless, careless, harmless, sleeveless, useless. For us, we have, or OUS, we have spacious, famous, dangerous, poisonous, courageous. N, wooden, golden, broken, frozen, written. E, for the suffix E, we have noisy, dirty, salty, muddy, rainy. For ing, we have the words amazing, interesting, shining, exciting, and boring. For li, we have motherly, monthly, costly, friendly. For ish, greenish, boyish, childish, stylish. Al, musical, electrical, natural, and national. I hope you guys learned something from this lesson that we had today. Now here are some exercises that you can work on after watching this video. So grab your worksheets, locate lesson number 5, and look for exercise number 1. So for part 1, your job is to add the correct endings to turn these words into adjectives. So we also did this a while ago, so you just put a suffix to the word and write the word here on the space provided. So for exercise number 2, you also do the same thing as what you did with exercise number 1. You add the suffix to the words that you have right here. And for exercise number 3, write the base form that each adjective comes from on the line after each sentence. So what word or what is the base form of the word careless? So you write it on the blank. What is the base form of the word painful? Write it on the space provided for you. So this is the end of the video. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys next time.
ทุกคนวันนี้มาพบกับครูโยนะคะในวิชา Grammar หรือว่า English 5 นะคะวันนี้ครูโยจะมาสอนเรื่อง Adjective Ending นะคะ Adjective Ending นะคะหมายถึงอะไรนะคะมาดูกันนะคะ Adjective Endings นะคะคือส่วนประกอบหลังคำที่นำมาต่อท้ายคำ Adjective นะคะหรือเราเรียกว่า Suffix นะคะซึ่ง Suffix เนี้ยเปรียบเสมือนกาฝากที่จะต้องอยู่กับคำหลักแล้วก็เป็นตัวการที่ทำให้หน้าที่ของคำนั้นหลากหลายหรือเปลี่ยนแปลงไปนะคะจะมีข้อสังเกตง่ายๆถ้าคำไหนมี Suffix ต่อท้ายของคำนั้นเนี่ยคำนั้นมักจะเป็นคำคุณศัพท์นะคะนักเรียนนะคะทีนี้มาดูหลักการใช้ adjective ending นะคะ adjective ending เนี่ยจริงๆแล้วเนี่ยมีคำต่อท้ายหลายตัวมากเลยนะคะแต่วันนี้ครูโยจะสอนเป็นบางตัวนะคะตัวแรกเนี่ยครับ adjective ending ที่ลงท้ายด้วย ed และ ing นะคะมันใช้ต่างกันยังไงนะคะ adjective ending เนี่ยที่เติมด้วย ed และ ing เนี่ยจริงๆแล้วมันคือคำกริยานั่นแหละนะคะแต่มาเติม ed และ ing ต่อท้ายเนี่ยมันจะทำหน้าที่เป็นคำคุณศัพท์นะคะมีทริคง่ายๆถ้า adjective ลงท้ายด้วย ed มันจะแปลว่ารู้สึกแต่ถ้า adjective เติม ing จะแปลว่าหน้านะคะอย่างเช่นประโยคที่ว่า I am bored แปลว่าฉันรู้สึกเบื่อนะคะแปลว่าเซ็งไม่อยากทำอะไรเลยนะคะแต่ถ้าเติม ing เป็นประโยคที่ว่า I am boring แปลว่าฉันน่าเบื่อแปลว่าไม่มีใครอยากพบหรืออยากคุยด้วยนะคะมาดู adjective ตัวต่อไปนะคะ adjective ending ตัวที่2ลงท้ายด้วย full หรือว่า less นะคะ full เนี่ยมีความหมายว่าเต็มไปด้วยเช่น beautiful beauty บวก full แปลว่าเต็มไปด้วยความงามหรือแปลว่าสวยนะคะ less เนี่ยมีความหมายว่าน้อยหรือไม่มีมันจะความหมายตรงกันข้ามกันนะคะยกตัวอย่างเช่นคำว่า homeless นะคะ homeless แปลว่าคนที่ไม่มีบ้านหรือคนจรจัดถ้า careful นะคะแปลว่าเอาใจใส่หรือระมัดระวังตรงกันข้ามก็ careless นะคะแปลว่าไม่มีความใส่ใจไม่มีความระมัดระวังนะคะยกตัวอย่างตัวต่อไปค่ะอย่างเช่นคำว่า useful แปลว่ามีประโยชน์แต่ถ้า useless แปลว่าไม่มีประโยชน์นะคะตัวต่อไปนะคะ adjective ending ที่ลงท้ายด้วย ous อย่างเช่นคำว่า danger เติม ous เข้าไปอ่านว่า dangerous แปลว่าอันตรายนะคะ advantage นะคะเติม ous เข้าไปอ่าน advantages นะคะแปลว่าได้เปรียบนะคะหรือว่า religion ศาสนานะคะเติม ous เข้าไป religious นะคะแปลว่าเลื่อมใสนะคะ adjective ending ตัวต่อไปนะคะที่ครูโยสอนจะลงท้ายด้วย ly นะคะยกตัวอย่างเช่นค่ะคำว่า coward นะคะถ้าเติม ly ไปอ่านว่า cowardly แปลว่าขี้ขลาดนะคะ friend ถ้าเติม ly ไปอ่านว่า friendly แปลว่าเป็นมิตรนะคะหรือคำว่า week ที่แปลว่าสัปดาห์เติม ly ลงไปอ่านว่า weekly แปลว่ารายสัปดาห์ตัวต่อไปค่ะ adjective ending ลงท้ายด้วย en นะคะอย่างเช่นคำว่า drunk ที่แปลว่าเมาถ้าเติม en ลงไปอ่านว่า drunken แปลว่าคนขี้เหล้านะคะหรือว่าคนที่ชอบดื่มสุราเยอะๆนะคะ gold ที่แปลว่าทองนะคะเติม en ลงไปอ่านว่า golden แปลว่าประเสริฐหรืองดงามนะคะวันนี้ก็ครูโยขอจบคลิปเพียงแค่นี้นะคะแล้วเจอกันในคลิปต่อไปนะคะ